Good morning. Hello. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a great week. And we are going to finish off Unit 4. And we're doing a review of Units 3 and 4, but we're going to finish off Unit 4 in the workbook. And let's just jump right into it. I don't know if we'll be able to finish all the pages in this section, but we should hopefully be able to finish most of them. So in Unit 4, the homework, we're going to start on page 48 of the workbook. Okay, and you guys, your workbook. Some of you, your workbook is red. Some of you it's blue. I'm sorry, it's white. But just as long as it says workbook on here. And we're going to go to page 48. So on page 48, you are asked to unscramble the letters. Unscramble the letters. Write the words. So number 1, we have toe. And I actually have already unscrambled all the letters, and we are going to just go through each of them. And I want you guys to see also how those words are pronounced. So number 1 is toe. Toe. So just repeat after me. Toe. Number 2, nose. Nose. Number 3, ankle. Ankle. Number 4, eye. Eye. Number 5, chin. Chin. Number 6, hand. Hand. Number 7, finger. Finger. Number 8, foot. Foot. Number 9, knee. Knee. This is one of those words where the K makes no sound. Okay, the K is silent. So really, the only part of the word you're hearing is this part right here, knee. Knee. Number 10, tooth. Tooth. Number 11, ear. Ear. And number 12, stomach. Stomach. So these are those words we just went over. You saw the correct spelling of those words. If you need to pause, pause the video and just make sure your spelling is correct, you can pause the video right here and look in your workbook and compare the spelling to what you have written down in your workbook to make sure you have the correct spelling of the words on page 48 in your workbook. All right, now let's look at this next part. It says, complete the sentences. Use the words from exercise 1. Complete the sentences. Use the words from exercise 1. Number 1, his eye hurts. His eye hurts. So you can see here in the picture, he's got a black eye. Oh, poor fellow. He has a black eye, and this just means pain when they show stuff like this. So right here, they're showing the part that's hurting is his eye. His eye hurts. It says use the words from exercise 1, so it wants you to use the words from up here. Number 2, this part is showing where the pain is, right? Her, what's this? Ankle. Her ankle hurts. Her ankle hurts. Okay? Let me see something. Yeah, I would go ahead and pick ankle for this one, just because it's showing the pain is more here. If the pain was down here, then you might say foot. If they showed the pain down here, you might say foot. But since they're showing the pain over here by the ankle area, we're going to say ankle on that one. Number 3, what's this? Hand. His hand hurts. His hand hurts. Number 4, his stomach hurts. His stomach hurts. Number 5, right here, her knee hurts. Her knee hurts. Number 6, I'm not sure if they're saying, let's see, they said he used the words, did they have the word? Yeah, so this one would be ear. They put the pain in a weird spot though, because it could be her head or her neck, but I'm guessing they're saying ear because we don't have head or neck up here. So we're going to say her ear hurts on this one, on number 6. Okay, and this is page 48, exercise 2. All right, very good. Okay, let's go to page 49. And we are asked to number the conversation. Okay? And so it wants us to put the conversation in the right order. So here you have this kid at the nurse's office. He's at the nurse's office and he's crying. He's in a lot of pain. You can see right here, she's got something in her hand and they're showing, so his pants are ripped right here on his knee. You can see that, right? It looks like she has a bandage. Okay, so number 1, we start out with, good morning, Jamie. How are you today? So what would Jamie's answer be? He would say, hi, Miss Jones. I'm not so good. Hi, Miss Jones. I'm not so good. And then she would say, what's wrong? His answer would be, my knee hurts. I have a cut. She would say, I'm sorry. Here, use this bandage. And then his response would be, thank you. So again, let's go through this conversation. Good morning, Jamie. How are you today? Hi, Miss Jones. I'm not so good. What's wrong? My knee hurts. I have a cut. I'm sorry. Here, use this bandage. Thank you. So when we're talking about the numbers, so this is number 1 is good morning, Jamie. Number 2, so I'm going to tell you the numbers in order. 2, 6, 4, 1, 5, 3. 2, 6, 4, 1, 5, 3. Okay, those are the numbers in the correct order. And I believe I have them written down here. Yeah. 264153. That's the order of the numbers on page 49. Let's continue on page 49. Read and answer the questions, then listen. So first you can just repeat after me. Mr. Simon and his children are at the doctor's office. His 12-year-old son, Bobby, has a sore arm. His 6-year-old daughter, Margaret, has a cold and a sore throat. His baby girl has a fever and a cough. Mr. Simon is tired. I would be tired too. All of his kids are sick. Okay, so let's read through this one more time. I'm just going to read it normally without pausing. You can try to read it with me if you want. Mr. Simon and his children are at the doctor's office. His 12-year-old son, Bobby, has a sore arm. His 6-year-old daughter, Margaret, has a cold and a sore throat. His baby girl has a fever and a cough. Mr. Simon is tired. Okay, so the first question is, where are Mr. Simon and his children? And the answer is right here. Mr. Simon and his children are at the doctor's office. The next question, what's the matter with Bobby? Bobby has a sore arm. Bobby has a sore arm. Here's your answer right here. What's wrong with Margaret? So you notice they say, what's the matter with, what's wrong with? It's the same, it means the same thing. What's the matter with Bobby? What's wrong with Margaret? You can say, what's wrong with Bobby? What's the matter with Margaret? You can say the same thing, okay? Margaret has a cold and a sore throat. Margaret has a cold and a sore throat. Does the baby have a fever? Yes, she does. Okay, it says his baby girl has a fever and a cough. Does the baby have a fever? Yes, she does. Or yes, the baby has a fever. How is Mr. Simon feeling? Mr. Simon is tired. Right, that's how he's feeling. Mr. Simon is tired. Okay, so that's page 49. Let's go to page 50. So page 50 is more writing, and we covered this a lot in the last video. We talked about how to write a note, and this one, they want you to circle the items that are listed here. So we're just going to go through that and circle these items. So number 1 is the date, October 4th, 2013, and we have the date right here, circled. The next one, circle the teacher's name. Mr. Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez. That's the teacher's name. The name of the sick child. I'm going to actually stop here and read this note, and then we will continue. So, dear Mr. Rodriguez, Sarah Johnson is my daughter. She isn't in school today. She is at home. She has a sore throat and a fever. Please excuse her. Thank you. Sincerely, Rita Johnson. So the name of the sick child, Sarah Johnson. What's wrong? She has a sore throat and a fever. she has a sore throat and a fever. And the signature is Rita Johnson. So you would circle Rita Johnson, circle Sarah Johnson for the daughter, and circle she has a sore throat and a fever. Circle Mr. Rodriguez for the teacher's name. All right. The next section is to correct the note and add the capital letters. So we know that we capitalize the first letter of a sentence, or in this case, it's the beginning of a note. Of course, we capitalize titles and names. So we would capitalize the D for dear, the M for Ms., the N for when, the D for Deborah, the G for Garcia, the S for she, the S for she, the S for she again, the P for please, and the T for thank you. So that's where your capital letters will go. All right, let's move on to the last page in the workbook that we're going to go over before we move on to the next section. So this says, write about Jim. He is sick too. Complete the note. So here are words in our word bank: dear, headache, home, and nephew. Dear Ms. Wen, Jim Garcia is my nephew. He is sick. He has a headache. He is at home. Please excuse him. Thank you. Sincerely, Rob Garcia. So number 1 is dear. Number 2 is nephew. Number 3 is headache. And number 4 is home. In this last part, we're going to number the parts of the letter in the correct order. So we're going to write the letter in here, in this space, using all of this information, and we're going to number them in the correct order. So number 1 is January 21, 2013. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to tell you the order first, and then we're going to read it in the correct order. So the actual order of those on page 51 of the letter is 7, 5, 1, 3, 2, 4, 6. 7, 5, 1, 3, 2, 4, 6. 7, 5, 1, 3, 2, 4, 6. So 1 is the date, January 21st, 2013. Here you put, Dear Ms. Adams, Barry Jones is my son. He isn't in school today. He is at home. He has a fever and a cough. Please excuse him. Thank you. Sincerely, Sean Jones. Again, January 1, 2013. Dear Ms. Adams, Barry Jones is my son. He isn't at school today. He is at home. He has a fever and a cough. Please excuse him. Thank you. Sincerely, Sean Jones. Okay, so that's going to do it for the homework for this section. We're going to finish up the last section in our next video, and then we are going to be moving on to a new unit, Unit 5. See you guys next time.